Later, yes, fine. Go ahead. Have your extension. Go.
Satisfy's annual dance showcase will take place on Monday, December 21st, in theaters from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Tickets are on sale for $3 for entries to the proceeds will benefit the White Healthcare Foundation. On Tuesday, February 2nd, the mathematics program will be administering the JM Squared Mathematics Competition. Proposals for international competition. Output in math goals and extra competitions are listed and treating on squares and prior to that are automatically registered. All eligible participants may register by going to sky.edu. Correct sign will be sky.edu. Please sign up by 11:59 p.m. on Tuesday, December 22nd.
And now, please rise.
Pledge of Allegiance. Please rise.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Have a great day, class.
Good morning, class. Today we'll be having a lesson, so you do not need to get your boards. Did anyone not get a handout? Everyone got a handout? Okay. Ali Flint. Ronan. David Chan. Ayu. Stephen. Theodore. Yasmin.
Here.
Liam. Here. Minhai. Yi Ching. Kelly. Alicia. Peter. Peter. Liz. Alan. Janie. David Liang. Judy. Faisal. Lynn. Onelli. Edward. Abraham. Guppreet. Tasnia. Alicia. Winston. Zachary. Tony. Harvey. Okay, good morning, class. Today we're going to have a lesson on AutoCAD. How do I extend and trim lines and arcs with AutoCAD? First, we're going to start off with the do now. Okay, everyone already has a handout. I don't see any boards. Boards should not be on the table. We're not going to be using them. Okay, so we're now at step 3. Left click File in the top left corner of your ribbon, and then select Save As. In the drop down menu, by left clicking to name a new file. If you have your welcome screen, you can go ahead and close it out. Okay, so now we should be at step 4. The reason why we're going to save our file and name it now is so in case we run out of time, you would not forget to save your file, and it will be saved properly. Remember, this is how I can grade you on your drawings by looking at your files, and the way I identify the files is by your names. Okay, so when you save your file with the appropriate file name format by deleting the default file name, and then by typing your last name, by using the letters in your last name, underscore, by pressing the Shift or Command key together with the dash key, your first name, by using the letters in your first name, another underscore, by pressing the Shift or Command key together with the dash key, and the combination of document words, underscore, and number exactly as it appears here, my AutoCAD shape underscore tree. So your file name should have been saved with the format written on your handout. Last name underscore, first name underscore, my AutoCAD shape underscore tree. And this is for me to be able to find your file when I'm going to give you a grade for your drawing. And you're going to write how you save your file with your file name on the dashed lines provided. You will have to hand in that when you, at the end of the class, because I will also grade this for your participation and correct format. Yes? Okay, this will help me to be able to easily and quickly find your file. So now, if you have any questions, if you have any problems or have any trouble, someone next to you may have the answer who may have also already performed this, or may even have the same problem as you do. So you can ask the person next to you for assistance. I have this principle. You ask 3, then me. So you will ask a number of people before you ask me. If you cannot find any help with your problem, then I will be able to assist you. Please raise your hands if you are finished with the do now. Are you finished? All right, so we are finished with the do now. So now, before we continue, let's take a moment to have a little discussion. I'm going to inquire about our future careers and the way the ways that our imaginations affect our aspirations towards pursuing and acquiring these careers. If you feel like you have to write something, you can write on the back of your handout that you have. I will not grade that. It's just if you need to write your thoughts down. So, we have dreams or dreamt about occupations, jobs, and professions that we wish to have. I dream about becoming a technology teacher. What are some of your dreams? What would you like to be when you, yes?
Professional rapper.
Oh yeah? Wow. Can you give us a little more on that?
Rapping and making money.
Okay, so money is a motivator, and it's also fun, and it's fun too, right? Yeah. I think fun is very important. I think that I can say without absolute certainty that all of us have dreams for our occupations that we want to have. Does anyone else have an occupation a profession you'd like to share with us? You can write it down on the paper if you want. Yes? Monelli? Oh wow, cardiologist. Can you tell us more about that? Yep. Oh wow, that's very nice. Okay. So you don't necessarily have to just have one desire, one goal. It can even change. Can you remember some games you used to play? Maybe, can you share that with us? It doesn't matter what age you were when you played those games. When you were younger, did you play any games? What games did you play? That's the question. Yes. Ruby. Oh, Judy. Oh wow, okay. Any other games? I used to play tag too, so it was fun. Yeah, I knew that. Oh, so much fun that was. In some of these games, did you ever pretend or imagine working in exciting occupations or professions? What's some exciting? Yes. Oh yes. That's an occupation. Yes, it is an occupation. What about astronaut? Anybody dream of being an astronaut? I still have that dream of being an astronaut. Professional athlete, I heard, I think?
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's very nice. Okay, so when Alyssa said she played, pretended to be a mother, that was role playing. We usually try to role play our models, people who are important to us, and we want to experience what it may be like to be in that occupation. That is an occupation. So, are we using our imaginations for this? Do we agree? Is there anyone who does not agree? So our imagination is very important to us, right? It guides us in our thoughts and our aspirations. Okay, so I have some important questions for you. What do you aspire to be, and what are their occupations or professions? So, are the occupations or professions some of your dream jobs? Is it something that you actually dream about all the time? Some of you may not actually have decided yet. That's understandable. But we still dream about it, right? Okay, so do you dream about being appreciated for your work? Do you dream about being respected?
Yeah.
I hear conflicting ones on that. Do you dream about people being proud of you? I know I want my parents to be proud of me. Do you dream about being successful? Do you dream about being great? Do you dream about living your dreams? You don't have to answer it. It's all for you to contemplate about how important our imagination is in assisting us to help us guide our our lives, our professions. Okay, so I have a very important question now to ask. Do you think that you will have to be disciplined, to work hard, to be dedicated, and to be focused towards achieving your career goals? Some people, they just, they're gifted, and like Zachary, and they're born with the talent, right? But me, on the other hand, I had to work very hard and put a lot of effort into my goals that I need to accomplish to reach where I am. For me to be here standing today did not just happen without my efforts. It took a lot of imagination, a lot of dedication, and hard work. So now I have another question for you. With so many distractions all around you, how do you remain focused on achieving your goals? This is very important. I would like someone to give me a suggestion. How do you remain focused? Yes.
Well, I think that procrastination is the key to creative thought.
Well, I don't think there's a wrong answer. Maybe that works for him, right?
Yeah.
Maybe it gives you, but that's actually, in a sense, it's true because you do need time to contemplate. Yes.
I just like do stuff while I'm like going home from school, and then once I get home, I like do my work until I'm done, and then I procrastinate.
Oh,
So, like,
okay.
it's kind of
So there are many techniques, right, to achieving your goals and using your yes. That's exactly the point I have written down in my lesson plan. I've actually written that down on my lesson plan. I was going to say, do you ever stop imagining? Well then, I have the easy solution for you. You don't stop imagining. The imagination is always with you. So what you have to do is avoid the distractions around you simply by reminding yourself about your goals that you have that are more important to you. Remind yourself about the dream, occupation, job, or profession that you aspire to have. So now let's focus our minds on this lesson that we will have to help us reach our goals. The lesson is, how do I extend and trim lines and arcs with AutoCAD? You extend a line or arc by increasing its length, and you trim a line or arc by cutting and removing the unwanted pieces by using the respective extend and trim tools in AutoCAD. I'll go through the steps before I demonstrate on the computer, on AutoCAD for you. After you draw a shape, you're going to need to draw a shape ahead of time, because then you have a shape that you can extend or trim. Extend your line or arc by selecting the extend function by clicking the extend trim tab on the ribbon. I'll show you once I finish going over the steps. Select the boundary where you want your line or arc to meet. Next, you press enter. So once you select the boundary where you want your arc to meet, I'll show you exactly what I mean once I go over the AutoCAD software. You press enter, then click on the line or arc that you want to touch or connect with the boundary that you selected. Note, the extend function only extends your line or arc to a selected boundary that follows the path of your line or arc. Now, how do you trim? After you draw your shape, again, you need a shape to trim something off of it. It may be a line or an arc or a combination. Trim your line or arc by selecting the trim function by clicking the extend trim tab on the ribbon. Select the lines and arcs that intersect where you want your line or arc to be trimmed. This is the cutting plane. Next, press enter or return. Then click on the line or arc that you want to trim or remove within the cutting plane that you selected. Note, you can create a cutting plane by selecting many lines and arcs at the same time in order to trim or remove many unwanted lines and arcs in less time. Okay, so now I'll demonstrate for you. Okay, first I'm gonna need a shape. I'm gonna select the line tool and I'm gonna draw some vertical lines. I press the escape key to stop the line and continue with a separate vertical line. I click the line tool again. I start with another vertical line. I'm going to put it fairly closely because I want to be able to make my shape kind of a cluster, so I don't have to work with an extended shape. And now I'm going to make a couple horizontal lines. Select the line tool again after I press escape and draw the line, escape again, select the line tool, and that looks like a tic-tac-toe board, doesn't it? And now I'm going to select the arc tool. The arc tool is an arc represented on the ribbon. I select by left clicking again, and now I'm going to draw an arc. I click up on a segment of the line, and then I move the crosshairs until I see an arc forming. And if it's forming in a direction that I don't want my arc to be, I'll adjust my direction that I'm moving my crosshair to the opposite direction or a different direction until it's somewhere where I want my arc to be. I think this is working out this way for me. So I'm going to use this arc here. And then I'm going to put another arc. But I'm not going to draw anything elaborate for now. This is just a demonstration for using the trim and extend tools. Now I'm going to select a portion of the shape again. I want to ensure that I select a part of the line so I have something to anchor my arc to when I begin. And then I'll move my arc around until it gives me an arc that I would like, and then I left click, and then I get a form for my arc to create for itself, and then I'll click another portion of the line, and there you go, I have another arc. See, there's no special pattern right now. I'm just going to demonstrate for you how I'm going to extend. Okay, so when we extend, we need to first select a part of the object that we probably want to make longer, or the circumference of the arc to move to another part of the shape that I have here. So I'm going to select the bottom right arc, and I'm going to, if you pay attention to where my crosshair is on the PowerPoint presentation up on the screen, you're going to notice that I want to extend this corner of my arc to this horizontal line. How do I do that? Okay, so first I select the extend. See where I got my extend? Select extend. Now I'm going to select where I want my arc to touch. I want it to touch this horizontal line. So I select that. And that's all I need for this step. Then it's very important now, I press enter. Once you press enter, you select the portion of the arc or line that you want to extend. I want this arc to extend, so I select it, and there you go. And now, I'm going to give another demonstration. Yes?
Where's the extend button?
Okay, so some of you may not have the word extend on there, so you look, yes. You look at a horizontal and a slash indicator on the ribbon. Okay, so I'm going to give another demonstration for the extend. I'm going to select, you see this horizontal with a slash on the ribbon. I'm going to click the drop down arrow, I'm going to select extend. Now I'm going to select the portion of the shape that I want my arc to touch or extend to, and I'll select it. I want this vertical line. See, it's dashed. And once you select it, it becomes dashed. Then it's important again, you have to press enter. And now I'm going to select the part of the arc that I want to extend. And there you go. And you do the same thing for lines. And then I press escape to complete that procedure. Now, I would like you to perform this procedure. I'll walk around and assist, but you can also ask someone next to you. Remember, use your words. You are not permitted to touch someone else's computer, keyboard, or mouse. But you can use your words to explain and help your neighbor, someone sitting next to you.
How do you just get to it?
Okay, so you highlight where you want your line of arc to meet. It's going to meet the boundary. Okay, so when you after you click your extend, you're going to click the boundary. That's where your line or arc is going to meet. That's the boundary when you select that